Only 3 more opportunities remain to get into those playoffs. It's the NASCAR Cup Series Racing from Richmond, presented by Toyota, alongside our crew chief, Steve Wittard. Steve, we are in what I would...
won't even go full out on those brand new tires because you can ruin them right away. This is a veteran-style race. We're going to see which veteran plays it correct.
And we'll see if Ryan Blaney or Martin Truex Jr. can get that win to get themselves into the playoffs. Let's fire the engine. Go trackside for the command.
And now, race fans, here to say the most famous word in motorsports. If you're ready, please welcome Director of Motorsports Marketing for Federated Auto Parts, J.R. Bishop. Drivers, start your engine.
It's short track racing from Richmond. Green flags coming up next.
Sleep until the work was done. It just pull me under to the bottom of the well. Keep your motor running till that victory bell. One for the money, to another show. Please start your engines now and rock and roll.
Perfect afternoon for short track racing here in Richmond, Virginia. Just about 15 miles away from Denny Hamlin's hometown of Chesterfield, a 4-time winner here at this racetrack. I want to take a look at today's starting grid, brought to you by Toyota. Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, they're going to make up row number 1. Larson, 3rd pole already this year, and he is locked into the playoffs. A little bit further down the list, starting in the 6th position, will be Martin Truex Jr. And let's dial up the 42-year-old on the radio right now, Junior.
Hey, Martin, it's Bill Jr. in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Everybody in the industry says this is a must-win race for the 19 team. What's been the mentality for the team this week and you getting ready to take the green today?
Yeah, we just got to go race and try to execute, do our best, and just trying to capitalize. Just trying not to get caught up in all the noise. I've been in some big races in my career, and this is just another one of those. So we'll do our best for the best pro Camry. It's pretty close yesterday. Hopefully we get it dialed in and keep that track position. It's going to be important.
What kind of racetrack we got? I mean, you out there in practice yesterday. Is it going to be single groove? You going to be able to move around?
Seems like you can move around maybe a little bit in 3 and 4, but for the most part, I think you need to be on the bottom, and it's going to be hard to pass because of that.
All right, buddy. Thanks for talking to us today. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
There's only 1 spot remaining in the playoff picture, and right now it's based on points between these 2 drivers, Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex Jr.
And it's been a great racetrack, as Martin mentioned, for the 19 team. And you look at the statistics, a lot of wins, a lot of short track wins for that driver. But, you know, he's got a longer career. I just feel like that I know that Blaney's been around this racetrack for a few years, just doesn't have the opportunity to really rack up the statistics. And also, I wipe all this off the table when we get the next gen car, Jeff.
Well, the one thing I don't wipe off the table is the results from the spring race. And think about this. Truex won stage 2, Blaney won stage 1. Blaney led 128 laps, Truex led 80. They're equal. They qualified near each other. This today could fall into a determination. Who has the best race by who makes the least mistakes? You cannot afford mistakes when the points are this close.
and get a chance at a championship. Still awaiting these two, depending upon how this race goes, as well as the next two. We want to get a few more notes before the green flag flies. We'll start with Marty.
Well, you can bet Kevin Harvick and his race team breathing a little bit easier in the shop this week. I just talked to Rodney Childers about that, and he said they came in Tuesday morning, and the team paid everybody not only a bonus, but a double bonus. That shows you how much that win at Michigan meant to Rodney Childers, this entire organization. Kevin Harvick now in the playoffs. Now for the next 3 weeks, Rodney told me we have to capitalize on that momentum, keep it going. And remember, Parker, in the spring, they finished second in this race. So they're pretty confident in the speed they'll have in the car today.
Well, Marty, for all the Chase Elliott fans out there, do not fear when you see that he is starting back in 23rd, because that was simply just an early qualifying draw and a crazy qualifying session where going early meant there was just no grip on the racetrack. Remember, this is the hottest team of the summer, and although they stumbled a little bit at Michigan, Alan Gustin, his crew chief, told me this just means we've got more cars to pass and we've got the team to do it here on the 9, Dave.
Parker, as the cars make their way down pit road to check their pit road speed, Ross Chastain nearly had his first career Cup Series pole yesterday. But I talked to his crew chief, Phil Surgeon, this morning about the attitude toward his driver, that he may have a few enemies out here on the track today, and would that make any difference? He said that cannot be our concern. It is what it is. We're going to ignore that. We're going to try to get out and leave them behind and win this race. Rick, with 2 wins already, they're pretty safely into the playoffs.
Yeah, they're locked in with those 2 wins, but you think about what these drivers mentioned at the top of our show here, where they said they have the same goal.
Race car is it?
So anytime you can accumulate more playoff points, that's one thing that the 1, the 5, Denny and Hamlin, those guys are all looking for that advantage in the ranking when we go to start the playoffs. And leading the field with some unique views, the Coca-Cola pace car cam, as we look back on this front row.
I like Truex's kind of attitude when he talked to Dale Jr., right? He brings
Pace car is it?
he's a champ. He is just a few pit stops away from being a multi-time champ, right? He has dominated some of those championship races that did not go his way. So his point of, I have been in big races before, this is just another one. I do agree. I think that veteran, experience is going to really play here at this very slick 3/4 mile here in Richmond.
That's right, 3/4 mile racetrack, short track racing, and Mark Truex Jr. has said, being a veteran here at this racetrack definitely helps him.
Yeah, so this first stage, 70 laps. So they can easily go 70 laps on fuel. Will people gamble and come to pit road? We'll just have to wait and see. But 70 laps is a long run here at Richmond if it goes green.
And restarts will be important, as well as this initial start of the race. Again, Larson on the inside, Ross Chastain on the outside. We're short track racing in Richmond. Chastain throwing it into turn number 1 high, trying to take the lead away and to come off at 2. And that will be lesson learned for a lot of drivers now. That outside line worked on the start.
Yeah, I think you got to be a little careful on that, Rick, because we don't know how hard these guys are driving. You can really hurt your tires early in this run, so you might want to take off a little bit easy. Maybe that's what Kyle Larson did right there.
Alex Bowman in the 48, and already on the outside, that's Brad Keselowski working his way up.
Yeah, Wade Steyer did a good job on the outside there on that restart. Typically, things like Mark Truex Jr. said, this is going to be a race ran mostly on the bottom of the racetrack. That's everybody's impression. But you can make a little work on that outside groove.
Oh, we got a car around. The 8 of Reddick is spun in the middle of 3 and 4. Kind of a long slide. Didn't even go all the way around. Just got 90 degrees to the racetrack.
Now, was that a strategy? Because you picked him to win the race. Did you tell him, hey, go out there and spin early?
Listen, I picked him to win the race because when I saw him in the garage area, the first thing he